We are officially on day 35 of this government shutdown. It is 6:47 on a Tuesday morning. I woke up because I cannot sleep, and I'm at the point now where I am literally physically making myself sick. I've lost 20 pounds since the shutdown. A month has started, and I'm tired, and I know we're tired. I keep looking at the news, and I see nothing about us furloughed federal employees. I see nothing. I see no uproar. I see no help, no signs of help coming. We are fully employed people who are not getting a paycheck. Some of us are going in. Some of us are having to go in and work with an IOU, but these bills aren't IOU. The food's not IOU. The kids' stomachs are IOU. Nothing is IOU. And there's no end in sight with talk that it's going to go through the holidays. How are we supposed to survive? We don't get benefits. We don't get help. Everybody says, your back pay, your back pay. When? If we get back pay, when? That doesn't help us now. Use your savings. You don't think that's what people are doing, y'all, but that only lasts so long. And this economy, that only lasts so long. Why are we the villains in this story? Where's the uproar about what's happening to us, y'all? Where's the uproar? This is why I won't sit here and be quiet. We're on day 35. We're about to officially pass the longest shutdown in history with no end in sight. So I'm not going to be quiet. I'm not talking about it because nobody else is talking about it enough.
The recent government shutdown has shown us how fragile our lives can be when the institutions that are meant to serve the people stop functioning. Right now, major airlines have cancelled hundreds of flights. Over 800 and counting are leaving travelers stranded, plans disrupted, and our families stressed. Airport workers who ensure our safety and smooth travels are not being paid, Federal workers not being paid, our families find themselves with empty bank accounts, bills piling up, and now struggling to afford basic necessities. And while politicians keep on blaming each other, the normal citizens, they are the ones suffering the most. So let's have a look what's happening, and kindly hit the subscribe button and share your thoughts in the comments.
So I cried in front of my 7-year-old today. And then she's like me, and she's a sympathetic crier. And so then she started crying. And then I felt bad for crying. But I'm so sick of this government shutdown. I can't, it's so stressful. And just not getting a paycheck is crazy. But being expected to go to work, I don't understand how they can't get their shit together. It's Sunday, and instead of being at home with my kids and my husband, my 7-year-old woke up and she's like, I don't feel good. I have a sore throat. I know she's tired because she stayed up late last night. But I had to leave to come do Walmart grocery deliveries because I have to bring in some kind of income, and they have yet to approve my husband to do this because he would be doing it. I would be at home and hanging out with kids, and he would be doing it. He hates that I am here doing this. He even was like, can I just log in under you and go do it? But you can't, because it randomly will ask me to verify my identification. And so it wants a picture of me. So he can't, because if it does that, he's not going to have me next to him to, show my face. But it just is, I'm so sick of this shit. I'm so sick of this. They have to figure this out.
So 800 flights, just this morning, 800 flights canceled. It has begun. They're going to cancel 44,000 flights. But yeah, they're starting even before the weekend. 800 flights canceled today. More to come. Check your tickets, call your airlines, make sure you still have a flight, because, hell, it's only 9 o'clock in the morning, and 800 flights have already been canceled today.
This is getting ridiculous. Federal workers not being paid. My husband goes to work for 10 hours a day. and we have nothing in the bank. We had to borrow money from our neighbor to buy groceries because we don't have any money because he's not getting paid. I don't understand why they can't still pay these workers. They already have the money in the budget. This is ridiculous. They still get paid. Why are they still paid if they don't do their job? Why are they not required to stay at their job until they finish it? What do they expect people to do? I found out they can't turn off our electric and they can't turn off our water. What happens if they don't end up paying these people? What if they don't pay everybody for their work? What happens next month when nobody gets any SNAP benefits? And everybody's hungry and everybody's struggling and there's no help available. What are we paying taxes for? They're not doing anything that helps Americans. Not a thing. They're not even doing their job. The most basic part of their job, which is passing budgets and bills, and I'm really getting frustrated and tired, and what are we doing? What's the plan? What's the end game? Because, even if they open everything up back up tomorrow, they're going to do the same thing in a few months. They continuously use this as a tactic, shutting down the government. Here's another question I have. What if they don't open it up ever again? What if they just continue doing this? I don't know. Can they do that? Everyone says that, they can't do this, they can't do that, but here they are doing whatever they want. At what point is this a coup? How much longer are people like my husband, all these workers, expected to give up at least 40 hours of their life with no pay? They're all short-staffed, they're all overworked, they're all tired, they're all stressed out, and they're not even getting paid. They can't feed their families. I don't even recognize this country anymore.
On my way to work without pay for the longest government shutdown ever. As a caregiver dealing with this, I've posted on this in the first week or so of it, and I was doing all right, and I wasn't as concerned, and I kept saying I'll be okay. But now I'm at the point where I don't know if I'm going to be okay. If this thing goes on a couple more weeks, I will be out of savings. So how do you take care of a sick loved one when you're not getting paid? And I'm in better shape than most. Hopefully they wrap this shit up soon. I don't know if I have a point here, but if you're a federal employee and you're currently working without pay or were sent home and furloughed and you're caring for somebody, I'd like to hear your story. I'd like to hear how it's affecting you. Right now, I'm a little bit worried. My savings is about to run out. This will be an interesting couple of weeks if it keeps going. Let me know. I hope this helps somebody. I love you guys.
If I hear one more person or read one more comment that says, "Oh, you'll get paid when all this is over," I don't know why you're worrying. Getting paid when all this is over is not paying my bills today. We are dealing with the consequences of someone else's actions. So don't you dare blame me for not being prepared. "Oh, you should have money in savings. Oh, you're a federal employee. You should be prepared for this kind of stuff." No, that's where you're wrong. I shouldn't have to take out of my savings because someone else can't do their freaking job. Meanwhile, I'm here being essential, taking care of people, and I can't even do my job, but I'm the one getting yelled at and cussed out because still someone else's actions. Have some compassion.
You mean to tell me that 7 Democrats are the reason that the U.S. government is still shut down? Millions of Americans can't eat. Moms can't afford child care. SNAP benefits are cut off. We got to find money to pay people SNAP benefits now because of 7 Democrats. Do not let anybody tell you guys the lie that it's Donald Trump's fault, because it's not. President Trump has stated repeatedly what this is about. Let me tell you what it's actually about. This is about the fact that the Democrats want to extend the Obamacare subsidies. That's what this is about. President Trump has repeatedly said he will discuss extending this when the Democrats agree to reopen the government. You need 60 votes to overturn a Senate filibuster, for those of you that don't know. The Republicans don't have 60 votes to just push past the Democrats and reopen the government. They have presented a continued resolution spending bill 15 times. 15 times the Republicans, the big rich quote unquote fat cats, the ones that quote unquote don't care about the common man, they proposed a bill 15 times to reopen the government. The Democrats said no, they're not budging until those Obamacare mandates get extended, or the Obamacare subsidies get extended. They are playing politics, not giving a damn about the people. So I need you to know who your congressman is, call them and fuss at them until they vote to open the government. Stop the political pandering and the political BSing with the American people and with the pockets of the American people and the food in kids' mouths. Period.
And now there's a strong possibility that none of us will be traveling for the holidays. The airports are getting shut down. I was planning to go to New York to celebrate 100,000 followers, and it's looking like that's not going to happen. Just let me know if I need to start up Quarantine Live again. Let me know if we need to run that back again, so I can just be prepared this time. Because it's starting to look like we finna be in the house. No, like real bad. Like we finna be locked up, cooped up in the house for a good little minute. And even though not being able to travel and have fun and hang out and turn up for the holidays isn't nearly as important as people getting paid, you know what I'm saying? And having to survive off of what they had, if they had anything before the shutdown. But it's just crazy to think that a lot of people won't be able to travel home to see their families. Like, as someone who recently just like had a parent pass away and who have had family members pass away over the years, being able to see your family, especially when you don't get to see them often, is like, people look forward to that. I mean, so this is, yeah, what are we gonna do?
When a government shuts down, it's not just an abstract headline. It's a human crisis. It's a mother at the airport who can't take her child to college because the flight was cancelled. It's a father who works at a government facility who goes home empty-handed because his paycheck didn't arrive. It's families borrowing money from their neighbors just to survive, and children going hungry because essential programs are not funded. And yet, amid this chaos, what do we see from our leaders? Finger pointing, accusations, political theater. Ordinary Americans now feel betrayed. We pay taxes, follow rules, and we trust that our government will support us during times of need. But when the government stops functioning, the trust erodes. People feel abandoned, frustrated, and hopeless. But this isn't just a story of despair. It's a call to action. It's a reminder that governance matters, that policies have real-world impacts, that citizens deserve accountability. We cannot allow political gainmanship to override the needs of the people. Families, workers, and travelers cannot be collateral damage in a partisan fight. We have seen the human toll firsthand: hunger, financial instability, missed opportunities, and disrupted lives. We cannot ignore the reality that government shutdowns are not just numbers in a report. They are people, our friends, our neighbors, and sometimes our own family members. So what can we take away from this? First, we must demand responsible governance. We must hold our elected officials accountable regardless of party. We must ensure that policies prioritize people over politics. And perhaps, most importantly, we must support one another in these challenging times through compassion, community, support, and collective action. The measure of a government is how it serves its people, especially when times are hardest. And as citizens, we have a voice. We have the right to demand that our government lives up to its responsibility. So thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.